Welcome to
Hello,
Bright Horizons,
with Deb Colella and
Jim
Jim
Chaffee.
Chaffee. Hi, everybody. Happy, fantastic, fabulous Friday, right, Jim?
Well, the end of October.
That's right. Here we go, marching along, right? As we said our last show, we're not live today. We're recording, but that's okay. We're with you just the same.
And
Hope
your
everyone's
husband.
having a great afternoon, I should say, right, Jim?
Yes.
I'm always about to say morning. Okay. What do you think, Jim? You know, we normally say hi, get into it, birthdays and all that, but we thought it'd be nice to start off with the prayer. You want to say it together, Jim?
Okay.
It's up to you.
To bring
It's
it
always
up
nice to do that. So for this morning, Heavenly Father,
here.
source of
Source of
wisdom
wisdom
and
and
truth,
truth.
we come before you
Before
in
you in
humility,
humility.
asking for your
For your
light
light.
to guide us
As
as
we
we
walk
walk in
in
faith.
faith.
Give us your
Holy
Holy Spirit to fill us with hope and to keep
Keep
us
us
firm
firm
in
in
faith
faith.
under
Under
all
all
temptation and
temptation and
distress, so we may live
live
in
in
certainty
certainty
and
and
prepare
prepare
ourselves for your
ourselves for your
coming.
coming. Amen.
Amen. God bless. That's our morning prayer for all of us today. Okay.
And you had a
So
big birthday this week with Greg.
I should say he most certainly did. October 22nd. Happy birthday, honey bunny.
Happy birthday, Greg.
It
And
was
then
nice, simple. He enjoyed. So yeah, another year older, another year better, wiser. And again,
And our dear Virginia Spencer had a birthday this month.
October the 12th. Yeah. Another, wonderful birthdays. What list do you have, Jim?
I have a friend of mine. Her name is Karen Palladino Limongello today,
Oh, okay. Happy birthday.
and Jerry Ireland,
Okay. Happy birthday, Jerry.
Jackie Barber,
Happy birthday, Jackie.
and then tomorrow our dear Marie Pinchmith,
I saw that. Marie.
the
Happy
author
birthday to
to
you.
you, the author of the book that we love.
I know,
One of
right?
many books that we love.
Yes. One of many, many beautiful books. Marie, happy birthday. My goodness. I feel like we just said happy birthday to her yesterday. Again, you see how, What other names do you have, Jim?
Some other birthdays tomorrow: Stephen Sarakoff.
Happy birthday, Stephen.
Jean Arkey. Happy birthday, Jean.
Happy birthday, Jean.
Stephen Karras
Happy birthday, Stephen.
and Michael Busey. Big
Mike.
month for birthdays.
Wow, it sure is. I have a few here. My goodness gracious. Wow. Tom Whitehouse. Happy birthday, Tom. Margaret Jordan. Happy on the 25th.
Happy birthday, Margaret.
Yeah. And then we have Robin Kamika. Robin's a very, she's family to me and my family. We grew up together in New York City. Happy birthday on the 27th, Robin. We have our Judy Ballard.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday.
Who is the 27th of this month. And what about Asma from, Asma. Okay. On the
Happy birthday,
28th.
Ozma. Yes.
I'm calling her Asma to Ozma. Okay. And then we have Demetris Martinez. She's a long distance cousin of mine. Actually, she had her birthday on the 20th. So happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Oh, one other person, I apologize. Cinda Glore, the 29th.
Cinda.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Cinda.
Yes. And every time, the days roll and the weeks roll along, of course, we run into another horoscope. We just left Libra. And this is kind of a fun thing. Jim and I like doing this. And, today starts, it's October the 24th. Actually, it's 23rd of October through November the 21st. For Scorpio. So today's horoscope for all of you Scorpios out there, you may have something very happy to look forward to soon, dear Scorpio. This could be anything from a birthday party to a wedding to some other sort of special occasion. And while it would be nice to be a guest at such an event, you might have a bigger role than that. One that is putting a lot of pressure on you to do well, so that you will be admired and so many others will appreciate the experience. Have fun with it. If you don't take yourself too seriously, the planning will be a joy and everyone involved will experience the same happiness that you feel. So there you go, Scorpio. Love doing those horoscopes and they're really spot on. So,
yes.
Hey, what is our topic today, Mr. Jim Chaffee?
Value your opinion.
Yay. We value, that's important. Don't you think, Jim?
Yes.
Very important.
A lot of aspects of that.
Yeah, when you really
prayer,
dive deep into it. Yeah,
in the
you're
prayer today, we asked the Lord to let us live in certainty,
that's
which
right.
is related to that.
That's right.
Because when you value your opinion and value your self-worth and value what you have to offer, you are living in certainty rather
You
than
most certainly
uncertainty.
are. Yes.
So
Very good
I think it's
points.
very interesting. Yeah.
I was
And,
thinking to myself, valuing your own opinion and perspectives means recognizing, as you just said, your beliefs, your thoughts, trusting your judgment, even when others disagree. And that happens. Let's
well,
put it
there
that
will
way.
always be people that will disagree, right?
Of course, yeah. And, it involves self-awareness, self-belief and with the confidence that you have to make on yourself, aligned with your own values without constantly seeking um, validation, you know. So, and as we get older, I know for myself, and it's just an awareness of being the key aspects of wanting to view your own opinions. Sometimes are taken way out of context. So,
Yeah, I
do
was
you have
thinking
any?
of this in several aspects. One
Right?
is, as you're a child, you don't really have the confidence, but
No.
over time you develop that confidence and then you value your opinion. But when you think of children, very few of them would reach that point until they mature and they realize my opinion has worth, and I want to share that with other people.
Yes.
But at the
Yes.
beginning, you're like a sponge where you absorb everything.
Remember those days?
Yes.
They were fun. Mom
and
and
we
dad took care of everything.
and we
We lived
value the
our life.
opinion. We value the opinion of those whom we respect, and then
Yes.
we develop to be on a level where our opinion should be valued.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's interesting how that works.
It
Same thing.
is. And the
Same thing with
self
you.
belief.
Same thing with a career. Let's say you start a new position. Obviously, you're learning, so you don't
Uh-huh.
really have opinions that you want to share
Right.
about the career aspects. And then over time, you develop the knowledge and the confidence, and then your opinion has value. So I was thinking of that in relation to my legal career, because when you start, you really are learning so much.
Yeah,
You
sure.
really don't think that you have a lot to offer until you acquire this knowledge and experience, and then you're a mentor for others. You need a mentor, and then you have a mentor. You
And what a
become a
mentor
mentor.
you are, for
Right,
sure.
right. So I
It's a
thought those
very,
are interesting aspects of our
I
time.
like the way you put that into play. That makes a lot of sense. It fits right in there, Jim. Yeah. And it stems from unwavering confidence, as I said earlier. And it's funny how you ever stop yourself and you say, "Well, gee, why did I think about that the other day when I was speaking to so and so?" Or why did I think of that such and such a day when I was speaking to this one or that one? It's just learning and going through. It's waves of the ocean kind of a thing.
Right.
That's how my mind perceives it. But it involves living in a way that is true to your own beliefs. Again, everything is God. And hey, listen. If there's someone out there that doesn't agree, okay, maybe agree to disagree. I don't know.
It's true, because some people will always have differences of opinion.
Yeah, yeah, and
So ultimately, you would have to agree to disagree.
yeah, I know. Winning it's they say it's a debate. Okay, well, can you assure your voice is heard and taken seriously? Not necessarily. Um,
Well, there are so many factors that enter into one's opinions. You know, it's what
right,
you absorb, the sources that you utilize. So if you have a source for information versus someone else's source for information, they just obviously might not coordinate together because they're different.
right,
They're so different. But the choices that we have to make are that you voice your opinion because you value it.
hmm
And if the other people that you're speaking with don't agree, well, that's fine. They don't have to agree, but your
right.
opinion has value and worth.
Yeah, well, a lot of times where it doesn't come into play, I was thinking to myself, it's true. It's selflessness. It's being yourself without being. It's different from being selfish. It's how do you
Right.
explain that? It's not about self absorption. It's about dismissing or disrespecting. It's not about that anybody else's opinions by any means, but
Awareness.
giving your own perspective due to the importance.
Self-awareness.
Yeah. Superiority, nothing like that. That's when it's not applicable as far as I'm concerned. It does not mean thinking your opinions are always right.
Right.
Or superior to others. It means being secure enough within yourself to know, hey, what remains in my heart and soul is open to others to hear my perspective.
Right.
It's a topic that can go on and on and on because there's so much to discuss.
Yes.
And again, I like what you did with your law firm, which falls right into play because my gosh, the different areas that you do, and plus not just that, Jim, all your charities, everything that you're involved with, it all falls into play. Yeah.
And then another aspect I was thinking of is being active versus passive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of society is passive when they should really try to be more active.
Yeah.
In respect to anything that arises in your life. That's just maybe being an attorney. I always try to take the active position because I think that it's important to be the one that's active. So
absolutely. Yeah.
I wanted to relate, and I think I've told this story before, that when the Bluffs was developed, remind me if I've told this story before.
That's okay.
When the Bluffs was developed, there was a large demand for that to live in that area in Jupiter. And the developer announced that they would be opening the sales office on a certain day in March to begin the sales for that community. And a week before, I was driving by that area and I saw a trailer and then people lined up outside the trailer. It was on a Tuesday and the sales were starting on Saturday. And I stopped and I said, "What's happening here?" And they said, "We're online." Imagine they're online on Tuesday to buy something on Saturday. So I said, and by that time, it looked like there were maybe 100 people out there. It was a big empty field.
I remember when the Bluffs first became about, oh my goodness, yeah.
So I said, I better get online because I don't want to miss out on buying one of these townhouses at the time I wanted to buy. But the process was you had to stay there. And you were allowed to leave 2 times a day, naturally, if you had to take a shower or whatever you have to do, but then come back and maintain your place in line. So being active versus passive, what I wanted to point out was they would take attendance a few times a day to make sure you're still there. So being active, I said I wanted to be one of the people that takes attendance because I felt that I wanted to be involved and to monitor this situation rather than being passive and letting them take attendance and I'm just sitting there not doing anything. So I did. I was one of the people that would take the attendance. So I really felt like I was more in control. And that's why I wanted to recommend when you're in situations like that where there's a choice for being active and passive, sometimes it's your advantage to be active, right?
Right.
Because I wanted to make sure I understood the process. I wanted to make sure that I had a certain degree of participation in the process. So I became one of the people that took the attendance. So it was just interesting how that developed. That
was smart what you did because then you understood everything from A to Z.
Right.
Exactly what was happening. It wasn't hearsay from somebody else or article, advertisement, what have you. You were right there in the activity of it all. The happy, the now, the live, which is good. Yeah.
So in situations, I just wanted to recommend to people.
I like that. Yes.
Where there's a choice that you can make to be active versus passive, I would recommend that you become active, either to become self-aware, knowledge, learning about whatever the situation is. It's important to be active and not just, be the passive one like so many people are. It's like a shepherd and sheep. A lot of people are really like sheep rather than the shepherd, the one that leads. So
the one that leads, right?
Yeah.
It's very easy to fall back into that though, because I've done it myself, a lot of people, but it's so important in life because of the way time flies by so quickly. So at least you know that you're being active, proactive in any situation. You're helping yourself, you're helping your loved ones, you're helping everything you do, whether it's your job, you could be at a public supermarket for crying out loud. You're being active. You got the sale going on. Go get it now, right?
Right.
Buy one, get one free. I love those cells. But anyway, yeah, it's a very good point, Jim. I love the way you put that into perspective. You see, perspective. I love that. Great. Yeah. And knowing when to compromise too.
Yes.
I have many dear friends who I love, and I will not name these people and whether they watch our show or not. But it doesn't matter, if we agree or disagree. They know who they are and they know how I feel. And whatever topic may be, whether it's politics, what have you, hey, listen, as far as I'm concerned, that is your prerogative. You're very much entitled to it. If I like peanut butter and jelly, my God, I like peanut butter and jelly. It doesn't mean you have to get upset because you don't like it. Oh, what's the matter? You don't like peanut butter and jelly? Well, I like peanut butter and fluff. Well, good for you.
Peanut butter and bananas. Some people eat peanut butter and bananas.
Yummy. I love that. I do. Honest to God, I think it was Elvis Presley. In fact, it was Elvis Presley's favorite sandwich.
Was it?
Yes, indeed. And I'm a big Elvis fan. So yes. Peanut butter.
I don't know that I would endorse that considering the way he passed away.
Well, that's true too. But yeah.
He was not the most healthy person.
Not at all. But it was, I do know it was one. Well, again, I do know it's what they say. He enjoyed peanut. Let's put it that way.
But peanut butter has protein and bananas are good because of the potassium. So they're both very good for us.
Yeah.
I guess it depends how many you would have a day.
We're not going to have a top, but we'll have maybe one. Yeah, that's more like it. I love, and I have to laugh, and I'm sorry. I shoot from the hip sometimes, but that's me. I try to be fair. I try to be honest. I really do. Sometimes I'm honest to a fault, and that's a good thing, but it's a bad thing too, because not always do people want to hear what I have to say? But, if I love you, I'm going to tell you, and even if I don't love you, I'm still going to tell you, because I believe honesty is the best policy. And if you're not going to do it that way, then don't bother, That's, again, just my thing. But what I'm getting at is I've lost friendships, not a whole lot, but due to a certain topic, which I'm not going to get into. I happen to say one particular word out of my mouth, and that's all it took. And the friendship went south because they just did not believe in my beliefs. And it hurt, and I thought, my goodness, over something like this and the friendship throughout the years, something that is really nothing other than my opinion and my perspective and my right to feel that way, to turn the other, way. So yes, it hurt. And I'm just pointing that out because I felt, all right, enough to ruin a friendship throughout the years. Is it worth it? And that's all I'm going to say about that. And okay, so be it. Hopefully one day they'll come around and say, okay, look, it's not worth it. I just have to take a deep breath. And if this happens, which it happens in life to all of us, just take a deep breath, I guess, and just turn the cheek and just say, all right, move on, onward and upward. That's all you can do.
Yes.
If it means that much to them, it's a shame, but so be it.
Another aspect that I wanted to mention is that I would advise not to react to something without thought, because sometimes your initial reaction could not be not the appropriate one. You're reacting emotionally when you really
jump the gun, right?
Yeah. So I think that's important.
That's true.
Because that enters into the valuing your opinion. But do you want it to be based on thought or just emotion?
I like that too. Very strong, very poignant, Jim.
Yeah. Thought
or just emotion. And thought and motion. And remember the movie Mr. Pizza?
Yes, Mr. Pizza. That was very good.
Very good movie. And she was having it's an old movie, fabulous. And I love Julia Roberts. And I love that kind of a movie. So, she gets all hyper and all upset because her boyfriend, she thinks she's assuming. And there you go, without knowing the facts.
So she didn't have all the facts.
Right. She didn't have all the facts. I'm pointing that out. And that's that has happened to me. Let's face it, it's happened to a lot of us. And you kind of feel like, oh my, maybe I should have sat back and I should have thought it out. Maybe it was premature. I should have done this. I should have done that. But this is how we learn, right? This is how we learn.
What tell me in that movie, Mr. Pizza, how she reacted. I don't remember exactly.
She was jealous. Her boyfriend, she had thought that he was seeing another woman. But in fact, he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But it looked that way. And she had a very hot tempered to begin, not hot, but she was very,
Right.
fast paced in her way of thinking. And she just jumped the boat is what she did.
Yeah,
And she,
that often happens in movies because they want it to take a
yes,
certain direction, so that brings them
yes,
back together afterwards.
right.
But you can learn from that. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
No, she had thought completely one way until she, and it was a cute movie, and it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember that sticks out in my mind,
It's
and I
funny.
was laughing because that's something that you would normally do. It
Right.
looked suspicious, it felt suspicious. He didn't get back to her. She happened to take a ride by where he said he was going, and there he is with another woman, but it wasn't another woman. It turned out to be his sister, believe it or not, and it was funny. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, don't have an affair with my sister. Oh, anyway, I brought that up. It just came to my mind. But yeah, acknowledge the other's perspective by all means, and acknowledge your own. And I'm still learning. Listen, I'll tell you, there's not a day, as far as I'm concerned, for me, speaking of myself, that I don't continually learn, and that's a good thing. I'm
Yes.
happy with the things I'm learning today, more so because every day that goes by, it's more knowledge, it's more power. It's making me realize, okay, now you are grounded. You've got to become more grounded. As the days go on, you become more knowledgeable and you learn so much to where your thoughts and your process are more adaptable, and you understand much more, and you become, again, more grounded in everything, your thoughts, your priorities, and what really is important in life.
It's interesting you mentioned knowledge and power because that was a slogan when I was in school.
Oh, yeah?
In middle school, they would have a slogan for the school year.
I loved middle school.
One
Yeah.
of them was knowledge is power.
I love it,
It's
Jim.
true.
I love it. And that is so true. In middle school, you said in middle school, I had a pet teacher, and I remember him like it was just 5 minutes ago. I was his pet, Mr. Ortiz, and I went to Catholic school a lot of my school years, and it was the fifth grade. I adored him, and we did plays together. And I always wanted to be right up there, and it was just so much fun. And again, you learn, and I remember we had spelling bees. I always wanted to jump up at the blackboard and be the first one to make that word. Okay, spell it out. And I love the idea that I accomplished that, and I can get up and win a spelling bee. Anything it took when it came to plays, reading, and it didn't matter whose perspective. No. I as a kid, that again, getting back to being a child, that's the fun part about being a child. You don't have to worry. You live your life, and it's like, okay.
What factors into that? I think what factors into that is that your family, with the love that they poured onto you, gave you that confidence to be yourself and to express yourself.
Yes.
Rather than stifling you and saying children should be seen and not heard or that type of thing.
No, I don't believe in that at all, Jim.
They encouraged you, and look at how beautifully that blossomed when you actually.
I love what you put that beautifally. Yes.
Yeah. You wanted to be the one. It's with the spelling bee, and you wanted to. Be
I loved all of that. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
Girl Scout brownie. Yeah.
I think that's.
And my mother was so cool though. She was so instrumental in everything that we did. She was a Girl Scout leader for me and my sister. My brother David was a Cub Scout. She was his Cub Scout. She would have the boys in their uniforms come to the apartment, and they'd open up the tables. She'd open up the card tables and create little projects. I remember there was one thing. And David, I know you watch his show, and I know you'll remember this. My mother she was so clever, so creative. She took Clorox bleach bottles, and she cut a hole in the top, and she got little eyes. She made it look like a pig.
Huh.
And she made a tail for the back, and they became big piggy banks. I remember this.
How
all
cute.
the creative, wonderful things that she did for the troops. And then she would take them on like hiking trips to the caves in New York. I mean, anything she can do to get involved with her kids. And I think that is just awesome. And it is.
And she was setting an example. I don't think she was doing it consciously, but by her action, she was setting an example for you and your sister and brother.
Yeah.
So that's
and
beautiful.
I think it's a really nice thing. I remember when I was 9 years old, she put me in the Little Miss America contest. I remember coming home from school, and she said to me her words again. I thank God that I still have my memory. I can remember all of this. I go back to maybe when I was 2-3 years old, maybe a little bit younger. I remember so much, Jim.
Yeah.
I remember how she said to me, honey, how would you feel about being Little Miss America contest? And I jumped up and said, yes, I want to do it. I want to do it. Of course, you know me. Yeah, okay. But I loved it. And she was with me every step of the way. My dresses she picked out, the pictures. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, you know, she was a cool mom, very, very dedicated to her kids, her family.
Refresh for the viewers where that contest took place.
It was in Palisades Park Amusement Park in New Jersey, which, of course, is no longer there.
Right.
In fact, I still have the dresses, both dresses in plastic. I was 9 years old. I look at them. They were in my closet, and I reminisce. And there's not a day that goes by because I'm in my closet every day. So I see them hanging in my special spot. And I look at them and I reminisce. I always say, thanks, Mom. You know, it was fun. It was just so much fun being around the other girls and having your picture and also winning the quarterfinals. But, you know, it was just the amount of time she took, you know, in doing that. And her goal was, you know,
but kids, that instilled confidence in you, which is wonderful for a parent.
Yeah, I loved it. Raggedy Ann, yeah. Halloween's coming up. She did a beautiful costume. And she went all out. She took a mop head. This is how creative she was. I don't mean to go on, but it's funny when I think about these things. She took a mop head and she dyed it red and let it dry out, put it on my head, you know, Raggedy Ann with the hair.
Yeah.
And she took crepe paper, red and white, and wrapped around my legs. And I had the big white dress on. I had a couple of Raggedy Ann dolls that you picked up the little dress. It says, I love you with the heart. And then Raggedy Andy. Oh, it was such a doll kid. It was even funny.
Very clever. She was so creative.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, I remember I was 12 years old at that. And then I remember having a little crush on this boy. And I was so embarrassed, even though it was cute. I took off the costume, all that work that she did. Could you imagine? Yeah. Anyway, Mom, thank you for all you did. With that, I don't mean to rattle on, but yeah, it's.
No, we love to hear those stories.
I think it's just so important how you phrase it, Jim, the confidence that you get growing up, wanting to do more and wanting to help others. And I see.
Share your talents with others.
I love it, you know, and I think it's so important to be there to help everybody because, you know, remember we had Robin on our show, beautiful Robin, and I remember her painting faces for children. I think that's beautiful what she did.
Yes, it is.
I love that. And I did that for a while. For my family, you know, but that was, I love all that.
And then I was thinking that we would want our viewers to do things that build their confidence. Because if you build your confidence, then you value your opinion and you want to express your opinion rather than being reticent and sitting backward.
Right.
So things that help build confidence are a healthy diet, right? If you feel good about yourself, if you feel healthy, that helps you with your confidence. Working out, exercise is important for that.
Yeah.
Meditation or prayer. Meditation prayer for health.
Yes, absolutely.
Challenging yourself, right? And then when you accomplish those challenges, you build your confidence and you can value your opinion. And avoid things that waste your time. Because, you know, I think
bingo. I love that. Bingo.
With technology today, a lot of it really winds up wasting our time. You know, some people will sit and binge watch things, and then I wonder how you feel.
Oh, wow. You're hitting on something very strong. I can't get over you saying this.
Yeah. How would you feel when 3 hours go by and you say, what did I accomplish? Did I even learn anything from what I was viewing? Or, I mean, you might, so then it's worthwhile. But if you're just staring at a screen just for the sake of watching something, that's not really healthy for your mind or body.
No, it's not. And it's so very true. I've done it. I see, you know, I've made it a point though, Jim, and it annoys me. And I'm sorry. It's just my point of view. When we go to a doctor's appointment and you sit in the room and I take my phone, I shut it off immediately. And I'll say to Greg, you know, I don't like it because remember the days I had magazines? It was nice. And even then, okay. But it's too much now. It's way too much. So I just shut it off. I don't. And at nights, I'm good about it. I just, at a certain time, it goes off. I shut my phone off. That's it. It's done.
That's important. Yes.
You know, I never used to do that, but I found myself, honest to God, being caught in that situation because you start scrolling and then you see this and then you're like, oh, let me check this out. This looks good. And then you hear a song and it just becomes, and it's so intense. It's so, if somebody said to me, what do you feel is the worst addiction in today's world? I would say cell phones.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of. I'm just saying it happens to be one that you're spot on with that because time goes very quickly, minutes, hours, and all of a sudden, like you said, why am I doing this? I had this to do, I had that to do, and another day goes by. So yeah, take the time, make the time, but take the time to. What you're saying is organize it properly.
Right.
Make sure that you take the time for the right things that matter.
And consider broadening your horizons. We have bright horizons, but there's always so much to learn, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show. There's so much you can learn and so many other aspects that you can develop of yourselves, a foreign language, music. There's just so many wonderful things. And it's funny because I received an email recently as editor of the PJ Community News.
I love your letters, Jim.
Someone sent an email to me wanting to promote the adult learning series at Florida Atlantic University. They have courses that they offer adults, and you can learn so much in these courses. So we're publishing that in our next edition so
that's
that
lovely.
the readers know about these valuable resource that's there for them to just learn more and socialize. It helps you meet other people, and it's just a wonderful experience.
Yeah, as there's so many. Greg was just looking at the different activities coming up, and now this is the time of year you have all the festivities happening. Yeah. They have the Italian Fest that's happening, right. I think, in Apicoa.
Yes.
With Jupiter, and then they have the Garlic Fest. If you've never gone, I'll tell you it's fabulous. I don't know when the Garlic Fest comes around, but they used to have it in Delray Beach. And it's not free, but it's fun. These are activities you go to. Right. And then they have a lot of free activities too. You're taking a deep breath. You're out in the sun. You're getting the vitamin D. You're around people. You don't have to go out every day to this event, that event, but to be active when they have all this to offer.
You want to avoid stagnation because sometimes you can get into a
rut,
doldrum, where you're stagnating. But you really have to force yourself to come out of that because it's not healthy for you.
No, it's not. It's not healthy at all. And let me tell you something. I've been there. I know. And I say it that way because I'm human. You fall into a rut, and it's you got to just say, okay, this is it. Am I doing it this way or am I doing it that way? Create a habit, whatever. And like I said, looking at the different activities.
Yes.
All around us. There's so much to do. And again, this time of year. The holidays approaching, so many beautiful events happening.
I wanted to read from our dear Marie Pinchman.
Marie, here we go. Marie Pinchman.
Out of my mind and into your heart. We love this.
Our birthday girl.
Yes, we encourage everyone to buy this book. It's available on Amazon and also in Marie's website.
She's the best, yes.
This essay is called Individualism.
Nice.
And in keeping with our topic, we will never find contentment until we control our own mind, disregard the opinion of others, and listen to your own voice. Let the music of your heart ring out. Let your eyes feast on the beauty all around you. Let it drain from your fingertips at the easel or the drawing board.
Love it.
Listen and pay attention to your own thoughts. Let them live before they disappear in the maelstrom of public opinion. Be what you were born to be. Be what you are inside and what your heart tells you. The only path to contentment. Isn't that beautiful? That's what we're talking about.
Gorgeous, today. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
If you come to the end of your life still searching, you can be satisfied that you gave it your true best. Only the future can judge your performance. Die by your own standards in faith that you gave the world your all, a gift that it could accept or reject. Only then will your heart be at peace with itself. Isn't that beautiful?
Absolutely gorgeous. Marie, thank you so much.
We love Marie.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. She always, there's not one time, she always gives me chills. Marie, you really do. And that means that the spirituality of this woman is incredible.
Yeah, she touches
others.
She touches our soul. You touch our soul, Marie.
I mean, and she's spot on with everything, Yeah. So that's why Jim says, get the book. It's on Amazon. It's so uplifting. And Jim, you gave me one of her books. Thank you. I love it. It's just so uplifting.
I mean, she's a living example of valuing your opinion and confidence and wisdom. Just think, I don't remember how old she is, but obviously she's acquired wisdom through the years, and now she shares it with us in this wonderful book. And she writes a newspaper column in my newspaper
Yes,
periodically too. So she shares all that wisdom, and we love her for it.
Jim, can you go ahead and tell the viewers about Marie and what paper she's in so they can go online and look for it?
Yes.
You and Marie both.
Yes. The website is Seabreeze Publications.
Right.
SEABREEZE.
Right.
And the paper is the PGA Community News. And that's the one that our articles are in.
Every month, people. So I love it. And, Jim is so inspiring and Marie is so inspiring. Trust me, when you have a moment, get on that website and look, and you'll see how powerful their words are and what it's going to mean to you when you read it. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, absolutely. No.
What a difference a day makes.
It does. But you know what, Jim? I wanted to reach out to our Virginia Spencer.
Okay.
She's in the spotlight. All of you who know Virginia Spencer, who doesn't? She's a GM. She's a heart and soul of Illustrated Properties. We adore her. And I wanted to give her a shout out. Join us, and here I'm going to read it from the news spot. Join us in congratulating our very own Virginia Spencer, who has been officially inducted into the Broward, Palm Beaches, and St. Lucie Realtors Hall of Fame.
Wow.
This prestigious honor recognizes Virginia's lifetime commitment to elevating the real estate profession. Her leadership, integrity, and tireless dedication continue to see the bar not just within our community and our company, but across the entire industry. We're proud to celebrate this well-deserved. Oh, Virginia, your recognition is very well-deserved.
Yes, Virginia.
I had to bring that out before we end our show because we all think the world of Virginia, and I was very happy. I had tears when I saw that. Very well-deserved.
Virginia is an inspiration to all of us. What a life. Dedicated to others. Everything she does is dedicated to others.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And that's a good example of, keeping your opinion. This is, she's the matriarch of the company. I'm sorry. I can't say enough about her. And you feel the same way, Jim. I know. But had to get that in there. I just saw that news article on her. So, yeah.
We definitely value Virginia's opinion.
You got it. Oh, when she reaches out, I look forward to her emails and all that because it's always with heart and soul, always. And what a difference a day makes, Virginia.
And she makes a difference in all of our lives.
Yes. And what a difference each and every one of you have made.
Yeah. And
we're hoping that you have a wonderful day. I do have the tambourine with me, so you know what that means. Woohoo! Okay, sing it, Jim.
What a difference a day makes.
24 little hours. Brought the sun and the flowers. Where there used to be rain. Achha. What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you and you and you and you and you. Woohoo! I love doing that. Woohoo! Everybody have a wonderful day. Jim and I, we hope you have a blessed day, a wonderful day. And until we see you again, remember, Jim, keep your horizons bright. Mwah.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.